The video opens with the unmistakable thump of a Royal Enfield and the camera sweeping across open mountain roads. The familiar silhouette of the Scram 411 emerges, but this time it's the refreshed 2025 model, a machine that promises to keep the legacy of rugged simplicity alive while offering subtle modern touches for today's riders. Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, and today we're diving into a detailed review of the Royal Enfield Scram 411 for 2025, a motorcycle that aims to strike a balance between retro charm, everyday usability, and off-road capability without losing sight of affordability. When you look at this machine from the front, the character of Royal Enfield design philosophy shines through. The round halogen headlamp housed in a metal casing still defines its old-school appeal, but for 2025 a lamp has been slightly revised to improve throw and beam spread. The surrounding cowl is tighter, giving the face of the bike a more purposeful expression. You'll also notice subtle tweaks in the indicators and fork gaiters, all of which blend the utilitarian vibe with hints of modern refinement. The upright stance of the front end, with that 19-inch wheel shod in semi-knobby rubber, immediately reminds you this is a machine meant to handle more than just smooth city tarmac. Move to the side profile and the Scram 411 continues to echo its Himalayan roots but in a more stripped-down, urban-friendly way. The tall stance is balanced with a one-piece seat that flows neatly into the fuel tank, creating a compact yet muscular appearance. The tank itself remains at 15 liters, retaining the teardrop silhouette, with new graphic schemes for 2025 that are bolder and more vibrant. From earthy dual tones to bright, youthful contrasts, Royal Enfield seems to be targeting both younger urban riders and seasoned adventurers who like a bit of flair on their machines. The side-mounted panels are slightly reworked, looking sleeker and giving the Scram a lighter aesthetic. The frame, however, remains that same half-duplex split-cradle chassis known for its robustness and balance. The long-travel front suspension and monoshock at the rear offer visual cues that this bike can comfortably step off the beaten path. At the rear, the Scram 411's simplicity continues to charm. The tail light remains a compact LED unit integrated cleanly with the rear fender, and the grab rails are subtle yet functional, designed to hold a small tail rack or provide adequate grip for pillion riders. The rear wheel, sized at 17 inches, complements the bike's geometry, giving it a planted look when viewed from behind. The upswept exhaust not only contributes to its Scrambler identity but also provides practical clearance for light trails and uneven terrain. The minimal use of chrome and the overall matte finishes make it appear rugged and modern without drifting away from its retro inspiration. Underneath all this styling is, of course, the heart of the Scram 411, the proven 411cc single-cylinder, air and oil-cooled engine that has become a hallmark of Royal Enfield's adventure lineup. For 2025, the motor has undergone subtle refinements in mapping and fueling to deliver smoother throttle response and slightly improved efficiency. It still produces around 24.3 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 32 Nm of torque peaking at 4,000 to 4,500 revolutions per minute. Numbers that may not sound huge on paper but are tuned to deliver tractable, low-end grunt, perfect for city traffic, casual cruising, and off-road exploration. The 5-speed gearbox remains unchanged, providing predictable shifts, while the clutch action feels a bit lighter compared to earlier versions, making it more user-friendly for long commutes. Performance-wise, the Scram 411 is not about outright speed or aggressive acceleration. Instead, it is about accessible power, stability, and confidence. On city streets, the bike's tall stance gives a commanding view of traffic, while the wide handlebars provide excellent leverage for maneuvering through congested areas. On open highways, the Scram comfortably holds cruising speeds of 90 to 100 km per hour, with the engine thumping along steadily and without much stress. Push it harder, and you can still see it touch around 120 km per hour, but the bike is happiest in that relaxed mid-range. For those who occasionally wander off-road, the suspension does a commendable job of soaking up undulations, gravel tracks, and potholes. Though it's not meant for hardcore trail riding like its sibling, the Himalayan, the dual-purpose tires strike a fine compromise between road grip and light off-road traction, adding to the Scram's versatility. Braking is handled by a front disc with dual-channel ABS and a rear disc setup, offering predictable stopping power with good feedback. The ergonomics are another strong point of the Scram. The seat height sits at about 795 mm, making it approachable for a wide range of riders, including those who may find the Himalayan too tall or intimidating. The seat itself is wide and well padded, ensuring comfort for both rider and pillion on longer journeys. The footpeg position and handlebar height create an upright posture that reduces fatigue, whether you're riding in the city or on a day-long road trip. Instrumentation comes via a simple yet effective analog-digital cluster, with a large speedometer dial and a small LCD display that shows trip meters, fuel gauge, clock, and other essentials. For 2025, Royal Enfield continues offering the Tripper Navigation Pod as an optional add-on, catering to riders who want turn-by-turn directions without having to mount an aftermarket device. As with every Royal Enfield, pricing plays a key role in the Scram 411's appeal. For the 2025 model year, prices vary depending on market and color schemes, but it remains one of the most affordable scramblers in its displacement range. In India, it's expected to sit just above the Meteor 350 and below the updated Himalayan, making it an attractive mid-segment option for riders who want a balance of style, function, and affordability. In international markets like Europe and North America, it continues to undercut most rivals by a significant margin, offering an entry point into adventure and scrambler-style motorcycling without demanding a premium price tag. Considering the reliability of the LS 410 engine and the widespread availability of Royal Enfield service centers, the ownership cost also remains reasonable. In conclusion, the 2025 Royal Enfield Scram 411 is a motorcycle that doesn't try to be something it's not. It knows its role and plays it well. It's not a high-speed performance machine, nor is it a hardcore off-roader. Instead, it's a charming blend of urban practicality, weekend adventure readiness, and timeless retro styling, all at a price that remains highly approachable. For younger riders entering the mid-capacity segment, for commuters who want something different from the usual city bikes, and for enthusiasts who appreciate the simplicity and thump of a Royal Enfield, the Scram 411 makes a strong case for itself in 2025. That wraps up our deep dive into the Royal Enfield Scram 411. If you found this review helpful and you love getting detailed insights into bikes from around the world, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Global Bike Buzz, and ring the bell icon so you don't miss our